What's up?
Yeah, this is 10 times my usual audience size.
That's
all
okay.
right.
Most of the people here are asleep.
Yeah, they probably will be by the end of this. Don't you worry. So you're familiar with Pokemon Showdown, everything, right? Just making sure.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Because that's what I'm gonna be using. So hmm. All right, let's go through like the OU list first, because I don't believe you're aware of like everything there, right?
No, I have no idea. My experience with competitive Pokemon is like I played Gen 4 semi-competitively, and then I played a lot of like Gen 5 Weather War type shit. And then I said this to someone, and they were like, I'm like, so I'm pretty much, I mean, I'm close to caught up, and they were like, dude, Gen 5 was 15 years ago. And I went, no, that can't be.
Yeah, that game's been kind of crazy lately. Actually, they've done so many like bans like retroactively that it's like an almost completely different metagame now.
Well,
Like they brought back X Control once, I think. Like,
whoa, that was the guy.
yeah, he was the guy. Although you can't do Sand Rush now, it's really funny.
Oh, he's no longer the guy, I guess. But
Yeah,
we're
one
going
time they banned
back.
like Sand Rush and Weather, but then Rain teams started using X Control on them to counter Sand teams, so it just had to just ban Sand Rush entirely.
Oh, that's hilarious. So you couldn't play Sand Guys and Sand Rush, but then other teams would be like, well, if they're playing Sand, I'm gonna fucking play Excadrill.
Yeah, it was so good.
That's so funny. Oh man.
Yeah, yeah. So if you go into the team builder and open up just like make a Gen 1 team, I can like go through the list for you.
Okay, I have no idea how to do this.
Okay,
it's been a
open team
while.
Yeah, open team builder.
Yep.
Click new team. Not like that. You're going. There's if you X out of the drop down, there's a team builder button. Click it.
Yes.
Okay, so you go into the new team.
Yes.
Select Gen 1 OU. It's in past Gen's OU category. It's really bloated. I hate it.
Japanese or what is?
No. It's like in the middle of the page above Sword Shield singles.
Oh.
They put them all together for some reason. I don't like it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, up a little bit. It says past Gen's OU.
Past Gen's OU. Gen 1 OU. Yes.
Okay, we got there.
Okay, so
when you click on Pokemon, you'll see like the list by OU and everything.
let me see if I can get it better on the screen. There we go. So this is all of there are like 13 total Pokemon here.
Yeah, there used to be 16, but this metagame has become really, really, really optimized in the past few years. So like, they dropped Lapras.
There are people like playing Gen 1 OU regularly.
Yes, it's
Wait, is this format good?
Gen 1 is one of the most popular past gens on Smogon. Its Discord server is actually the largest out of all the other past gen OU competitive servers. There's other content creators like Big Yellow. There's Reverend as well. Reverend is great. I'm not the only one. In fact, sometimes people disagree with me, and that's really fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's got a really big cult following. It's got a lot of history to it too. When you brought up the game FAQs thing, I actually remembered this guy called GG Fan who would play tournaments against himself and claim he's like the best player ever. And he's been trolling the community for over 20 years since then. Wow. It's wild. It is so wild.
Like a life's work of being an annoying asshole online.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's like
the more you look into that guy, the crazier it gets. Yeah, I love it so much. So the OU Pokemon. So the ones that are left, at least. So firstly, I'll go down in alphabetical order here. So Alakazam, a lot of players who are new think he's like the best thing ever. Well, he pretty much is, but he's actually like number 5 or something. It basically, so you can use him as a lead, or which is like the first Pokemon in your team, because we don't have team preview in this generation. It's not like right. Gen 5. I hate team preview.
Really? Didn't they just stop doing team preview?
Well, so team preview, it's forced in Gen 5 onwards. before that, you didn't have you could only do that through like team sheets, which did get forced in some tournaments.
Huh. Okay.
But yeah, so here with Alakazam, like you only use like 4 moves. It's Psychic, Seismic Toss, Thunder Wave for cover. The Psychic, it does disgusting damage. You can just click it as much as you want, pretty much. Seismic Toss allows it to beat over other Psychic types. Otherwise, it's just kind of cards. Some people put Reflect in that slot. Don't. It's terrible.
Okay.
Thunder Wave, Thunder Wave is like defines a lot of Gen 1 stuff. Because if something gets paralyzed in this game, it's probably dead. Like a lot of people run their Taurus into this for some reason, and then they just get paralyzed and they can't sweep anymore. So if your Pokemon dies, you can bring it in against Taurus, and then you can just like stop it from doing its thing.
Mm-hmm.
Recover is one of the best moves in the game in this generation because there's no passive damage or anything, so you just always run it when you can. Chansey can runs 3 different sets. There's Reflect, there's Bolt Beam, there's Sing. You usually use the Bolt Beam set. The Reflect set's not really in vogue these days, so it's probably not worth talking about. Bolt Beam basically just means you're a good tank. You could just have perfect coverage and everything, and you can just spam Thunder Wave as much as you want. Sing is used to compress the sleeper roll on your team because every team needs a sleeper. Because like sleep lasts 0 to 7 turns, and it takes 1 turn to wake up as well. So and because Chansey is so bulky, it can use Sing with despite 55% accuracy and realistically get it off. It actually created an entire different like lead line that you could do against like paralyzed leads, and it actually kind of killed Turn 1 2 with.
So how does sleep work in Gen 1? You said it takes an entire turn to wake up. So if you Sing on the sleep turn and it hits, do they just stay asleep?
So if they wake up, you can put them back to sleep. Yes, if that's what you mean. So if the Pokemon is slower, you can do that. Although most of the time, people will let that happen.
Okay.
It doesn't come up as often as you think it would.
Okay.
Cloyster is a bit complicated because partial trapping moves work completely different here. So how it works is if a partial trapping move hits, like Clamp, for example, in this case, it will stop the opponent from moving, and so you can use this to prevent like Chansey and Snorlax from using their recovery moves because it's a very bulky generation. You have EVs maxed, you have max IVs as well. Everything's maxed, so everything's really bulky. So you want to stop them from recovering. And so Cloyster, so with this you can also you can just like harass them for a bit. You could eventually chip them into range for a KO, and then you can actually swap out, and the Pokemon still can't move. So it's like sort of like a really slow U-turn, but the opponent can play around it by swapping in a faster Pokemon and stuff like that. It's Cloyster is really cool, really cool Pokemon, and also because it's freezing immune, it could switch on like Ice Beam Chansey, for example, stop getting frozen, does everything.
Oh, ice mons are freeze immune.
Yes. The same principle actually applies for normal types versus Body Slam. Body Slam has a 30% chance to paralyze normally, but you can actually switch like Chansey and it can't get paralyzed by it, which is huge. It was only discovered I think like around. It was around. Oh my god, it was like 8 years ago now. Holy shit!
I remember reading about this and being like, "That's unbelievable."
Yeah, that actually changed the format completely.
It's hilarious to think that anyone playing on a cartridge would just be like, "Wow, I'm missing a lot of 33s today. That's crazy."
Yep, and then so it turns out, nope. Yeah, they just kind of. Yeah, it kind of ruined a few Pokemon, like because like this is when Reflect started becoming popular. So Golem just got out of a job. Like this guy used to be everywhere in OU, and now it's just he's NU.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's just dropped. Like it actually killed Lapras recently because Lapras like they kept trying to find different lines for it. Like, oh no, keep it OU. We'll find something. I promise. No. And then it got banned like last week, I think, from underused. Because it's just funny in that tier. Exeggutor got a reputation for being one of the best Pokemon this year, and there's a reason why it isn't. You have a combination of Sleep Powder and Explosion, which so as you know, Sleep is basically a no-co. You've probably summarized that in your mind already. And then you have Explosion to go, so you can basically just go 2 for 1 every single game. Its Psychic is ridiculously strong. It hits about as hard as like Mewtwo Psychic almost. It's comparable at least. It's ridiculous. You can only have like a flexible 4th slot. Most people play Double Edge to stop Jinx from switching in. So yeah, it's very strong in general. Also, it's your best Rhydon insurance. Rhydon is stupid. If all your team gets paralyzed, then Rhydon comes in, you are just gonna get bowled over. It's ridiculous. Then there's Gengar, which I think that most teams that use Jinx can probably be better with Gengar because of like its hypnosis is deceptively consistent. Honestly, it doesn't look it, but it is because in most situations Jinx will get paralyzed first, which makes the odds actually worse. So I think Gengar's probably better. But anyway, you'll use like Nightshade and Thunderbolts, so it's an honorary electric type, and you can just go boom afterwards as well. So you kind of like a Diet Executor in a way in that respect. But also your normal immune and everything, so you can harass like normal type attackers.
Sorry, what the? This guy learned submission?
Yeah, don't use it though.
Yeah, weird, huh?
Yeah. It also gets counter, but it only works on normal and fighting type moves.
Wait, is that just how counter worked in Gen 1?
Yeah, it is, because they didn't know what moves were going to be physical.
Oh, right, because there's no physical special split, right.
But you'd be surprised at how good that move is, because if the opponent swaps out, the damage isn't reset. So if you get body slammed on one turn, the opponent swaps out, and you can just bonk them for it. So Gengar could actually still use it after an explosion, for example. It's really silly.
That's cute. That's really cute.
Yeah, it's really, really, really silly. Like, it's only usable by just a freak of nature glitch. It's brilliant. I love this generation.
Hold up. So if Gengar switches in on someone who explodes, does that bank the damage for counter?
No, because the damage is set to 0 there. So what will happen is, for example, using Executor and you explode on something, and that Pokemon dies. You bring in your Gengar, and let's say they bring in like a Snorlax with only normal moves. They could switch out the Snorlax, but then that next Pokemon is going to die.
I see. Okay. CJ, thank you for the 10. If my boy Persian still good or has hindsight power crept them, we'll get to Persian.
Persian sucks. No, it's okay. It's okay. But like it's very hard to fit. So next up is Jolteon. This is probably the worst of the current OU Pokemon. A lot of people want to
love my boy Jolteon.
But the thing is, he works on like a lot of really, really weird teams. So you have so you normally use it like Thunderbolt, Double Kick, Thunder Wave, Rest. You use Rest because it actually turns into a really neat Zapdos wall. And Zapdos is probably like the scariest sweeper. I know I've said this a lot about a lot of Pokemon, but this one that was really important. It's not as consistent as say Rhydon, but like you can do it. If people like to cope on Pin Missile, please stop using it. The math does not work out against Executor. Just switch out. Just take the L. But yeah, so it's also quite good against Chansey with Rest, because Chansey can't really kill it. It's really strange, but it just kind of can't. And then if you crit twice with Double Kick, it dies. That's pretty reasonable because critical hits are based on speed in this generation. Jolteon's critical hit rate is about 24%. Yeah, so you're pretty poised to do something good with that. Next up is Jinx. I made a video about this one recently. Yeah, I did. I don't like this Pokemon, but it actually used to be top tier in like 1997. Then like in the international versions they nerfed Blizzard, so it went from like 30% freeze chance to none, to 10%, which is basically none. But it's still ridiculous here anyway. You'll use Lovely Kiss, then you just go for a really cheesy Blizzard after you opponent switches in, trying to freeze them. That's 2 Pokemon dead in 2 turns, like technically. But long term, this Pokemon's really bad. But the early lead can be game winning in and of itself. So it's OU anyway. It normally forms like a lot of teams where like they just have a disposable slot, so they just use the sleeper lead. So they're like, yeah, go whatever. It's the most consistent of all the sleepers of the tier, so it's quite good for beginners to play with. But expect to get a lot of slurs on the ladder.
Well, I'm a beginner, and I'm a big slur magnet.
Yeah. Then we have Rhydon. Rhydon is basically like the payoff for all the paralysis that you're inflicting over the course of the game. A lot of people say that every team should have one. That's absolutely wrong. It's its own like power spam archetype. You basically using like Earthquake, Rock Slide, Body Slam substitutes. Now, Rhydon's unique among most Pokemon where it can actually have a 101 HP substitutes, which means that Seismic Toss can't break them, which single-handedly allows it to beat up stuff like Seismic Toss Chansey. So it's really helpful in that regard. It's very hard to not use it for that purpose, in my opinion. But yeah, you often use it alongside Starmie, which is an annoying little Pokemon I'll get to in a bit. And now for the grimiest Pokemon this year, Slowbro. So this Pokemon has been using the same set for 21 years.
Wow.
Amnesia, Surf, Thunder Wave, Rest. So the thing with Slowbro is, after it paralyzes you and it uses Amnesia, Amnesia is basically 2 calm minds in one, because special is 1 stat in this generation.
Right.
So you're like special attack, special defense are the same thing. So you're better at attacking and defending at the same time. But also, against the Pokemon that's paralyzed, it for some reason, I don't like it's as if like God left us all. It will reapply the speed drop from paralysis. So if Slowbro is paralyzed and the opponent is, normally Slowbro will be slower. But if he uses Amnesia, on the next turn, Slowbro will move first, and then it will just kill you with a boosted blizzard.
Is it just like spaghetti? What the fuck? That's not intentional, is it?
It was to do with badge boost code, I believe. I have actually worked this generation, but I haven't looked at that part. But I remember being related to badge boosts because they're trying to like make sure they keep applying, even though they don't actually happen in link battles. It's just kind of just I don't know.
Awesome.
The game just gives up. Yeah, it's just like that. It's just like that. Okay, this will be fine, and then Slowbro becomes ridiculously good. Snorlax is one of the other mandatory Pokemon. You have Chansey, Snorlax, Tauros as mandatory Pokemon on most teams. Snorlax runs 3 different sets, just like Chansey does. You have mono physical attacking sets, which they're a bit weird. They lose to other Reflect Snorlax sets, but they can use like self-destruct to just destroy everything in the path. It's really good. Reflect Snorlax is the standard one. You'll use that to like block the opposing Snorlax because it's the only one that can actually defend against it. Because its attack is just so high, it has the most powerful body slam in the game. It's Hyper Beam is a death ray, stuff like that. So you use Reflect to stop it. You can use like tons of different moves in the 4th slot on that one. It's really, really good in that regard. But then you have like the Amnesia sets, which I like Diet Slowbro. I don't like them because if you try to use it against an opposing Snorlax, it will just die. So you have to have a different way to check Snorlax on that, which then makes me wonder why people are playing it in the first place. It's okay, but like it's not like easy to pilot is the thing.
Sure.
Starmie is a Pokemon that actually recently dethroned Exeggutor from the quote unquote Big Four, which was Exeggutor, Chansey, Snorlax, and Tauros. Starmie it's really fast. It has the best coverage in the game, and so most people use it as like a really commanding lead. So if it uses Surf against, say, Alakazam, it actually has a pretty good chance of winning on a critical hit, which is very probable because of its high speed stats. Just loads of ways to use it. People used to let it get paralyzed, but then people stopped doing that and realized that Starmie is just a really good late game threat if you play the line correctly. It's sort of a almost chess-like thing with these top players. But yeah, it works out. Tauros is a very famous Pokemon. You just use Body Slam, Hyper Beam, Earthquake, Blizzard, and that's perfect coverage. Because it's amazing speed, amazing attack, amazing crit rates, and everything. It just sweeps pretty consistently. There's not really much way to stop it. You can't switch in because it's perfect coverage, and so you're normally like trying to chip opponents into Hyper Beam range to just KO them. Because of the way Gen 1 works, if you kill something with Hyper Beam, which is physical in this generation as well, it will just let you. It won't have you recharge, so then you can just keep going afterwards. It's really, really strong. You're often going to end up in a Tauros mirror match at some point in the game, and as a result of that, you cannot let it take any damage or have any paralysis at all. You have to keep it as healthy as possible to not lose that mirror match. There are situations where you can take the risk, but it's really not worth it most of the time. And then the last one is Zapdos. It's a late game sweeper through and through. If it wasn't for Rhydon or Golem in the game, this Pokemon probably would have just beat everything. Probably would actually be banned. Probably. Using Thunderbolts, Drill Peck, Thunder Wave, and Agility. Once you use Agility, nothing can outrun you, and you letting down Thunderbolts and Drill Pecks until the opponent dies. It does so much damage. It crits around 19% of the time.
Jesus.
And off that special stat, you can see. And also, it's one of the few Pokemon that can actually 1v1 Tauros in this game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's really good for that purpose as well. Although it's difficult to switch it in, you're often doing it in like if you're like in maximum panic mode. which I guess you've got to be where Taurus is in. But yeah, that covers all of the OU Pokemon, I guess, at least. I actually have 4 teams if you're interested in those ones.
Yes.
So we have this is a Gengar, Starmie, Zapdos. Then we have standard Starmie plus Rhydon. There's an Alakazam Slowbro team here. It says Starmie on the title, but yeah, we didn't use that yet. And then there's a jank one, which I know that you fans really like. It's one involving Kingler.
Ooh.
Yeah, Kingler is a very funny Pokemon.
Interesting.
Yeah, feel free to show them on that. If you turn it to column mode, everyone should be able to see it.
Column mode on. There we go.
Yeah. So, Kingler is kind of like it's. We have an inside joke in my community where we just call it the cringe crab. So it's faster than Cloyster. Its Crab Hammer has a chance to 3-hit KO Snorlax and Snorlax and Gengar. So Gengar can't repeatedly switch in, and Snorlax, if it's using Reflect, it's actually forced to rest a lot after you hit it once. The main problem with it is it isn't normal type, so it gets paralyzed by Body Slam, so it's very inconsistent. Also, Crab Hammer never hits. But so I don't know what the big part about Crab Hammer is. It has a high critical hit ratio, so which in Gen 1 means it crits every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time. It'll always crit. So effectively, Kingler has 100 special attack, which in this game is really high. It's really, really funny.
Yeah, let's run it.
All right. So do you want to play a few versus games first, or do you want to just go straight on the ladder?
Let's just go on ladder. Yeah.
All right.
And I will defer to you when I have no idea what I'm doing.
All right. So do you want to screen share for me, or?
Yeah. Here, I can.
All right. There we go.
Oh my God. Does that work for you?
Yes, it does.
All right.
I'm expecting a lot of people to stream snipe you here.
Oh, I'm sure people will stream snipe me there, but whatever. That's part of the thing.
Yeah, it's really funny.
All right, how do I get in a game? I don't remember how to do this.
Okay, so you go into the format thing. You'll click Gen 1 OU. Also, you're probably gonna need an account. It's on the right, far right. Yeah, there you go. You'll probably need to choose a name. Top right.
We got a Guido.
Yes.
It says choose name.
MBT.
Okay, we're gonna go through this.
Okay, how about a different name? MBT Yu-Gi-Oh. There we go.
All right, there we go. We're in.
All right.
Okay, so with this team, when you see Snorlax, autopilot switching Kingler, assuming it's going to use Reflect.
Okay. No, that's okay. I don't need to see these. Listen to that beautiful
Oh, it
music.
just looks like good.
Oh, it sounds so good. How do I turn it down?
Go onto the speaker thing. Just click just turn it down. Yeah. Showdown is ridiculously loud.
Okay, so they've led Gengar.
You could. They're probably going to switch out, but you could just click Psychic here.
Okay, yeah, as
is,
expected. Oh my God, these things are tanks.
Yeah. So the thing is, in Gen 1, all your stats are all maxed.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like if everything has max bulk. So if they have like max defense, max HP, etc., it's like the same thing. So when it comes to Chansey, what they're probably going to do is click Sing, which you can pretty reasonably afford here. So you can probably just keep clicking Psychic. Yeah.
I will click Psychic all goddamn day if I'm allowed. All right, they got it.
So now Sleep Clause is active, so nothing else can go to sleep. So you can feasibly be swapping like Executor. Well,
Sure.
it's a bit risky. It's a bit risky here, but I think you could probably just do it. Although a lot of people don't really care. Yeah, now you can just now you're faster. You can get sleep off with impunity.
So I fire off sleep as well.
Yeah.
This is
they'll probably switch in their Gengar.
The music has stopped. They said, "Okay, we heard you don't like music." I can't get it back.
Yeah, Showdown music is ridiculous as well. I usually play like something on YouTube in the background.
Mm-hmm. I usually I almost lost a job to opening a Showdown link, and it just on like a work computer, and I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Oh, I got lucky on the stereotype like that, so you just got to sleep powder again.
They're up.
If I will check the chance, we take it.
Yep.
Oh, this is great. This is great.
Okay.
So now you're free to do whatever you want
psychic?
here, really? Yeah. Yes. So like here now they have to just like deal with Executor, which is a nightmare. Like once Egg gets a momentum off, like because if the more the person switches, the more damage you gotta take because it's passive, there's no interest, etc.
Articuno. We got
So
the special drop as well.
is a very scary one. We don't have a good resist to this. So its Blizzard is the strongest attack in the game.
Oh, okay.
Strongest or boosted attack in the game. But it's walled by stuff like Chansey and everything. Well, there's a risk of freezing, but I think you have to take it here. This team isn't built for it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a bait. We got baited. We can probably just click Ice Beam, I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
I think I frozen. I got frozen.
All right, no freezes. No freezes. Okay. I'll just keep. We just keep clicking it.
You could probably sit in with Alakazam actually.
Really?
Because it seems to be Bolt Beam Chansey. Because if you're already Ice Beam, they usually are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it's the same Chansey. What am I talking about? But yeah, it can't do anything to Zab, so you can just sit on there, possibly even wake up. Although they may switch. They'll probably switch out immediately following this because they don't want Zab to wake up.
Oh, and it takes a turn to wake up.
Yeah, so you could probably like your burn sleep turns, or you could like do a little fake out, switch to a Snorlax, for example, which is quite funny.
Oh,
there's lots of 50-50s you can play here. It's really interesting.
Hi Twitch says chill army. We gotta. I should have turned watchers off. I thought I did.
Well, you have to turn off spectators on the main menu.
Damn. Okay.
Well, you can ignore them. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Just staying in. Probably still do it. Yeah. Okay, so here you go straight to your Snorlax because you have to stop it from doing what it wants.
Doing the hyper beam thing.
Yeah, because its body type is ridiculously strong and not much can actually take the hit.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So here you just set up Reflector, just go into a Snorlax wall. This is where everyone quits.
Yep.
Everyone stops watching.
This is I gotta say I am really, really interested in the concept of this.
Oh, okay.
We don't have anything for this. Okay.
We could just switch an Egg.
Yeah.
It's asleep, so you can just go to Egg and just like bully it. And this is free hits for Egg as well, so it's actually really good for us.
Nice. I would just go.
So
Psychic
yeah, just click Psychic.
Yeah.
Okay, they're always going to Chansey here. Do we just you could go Boom if you really wanted to, but it's a bit early to do that, I think.
Yeah.
But it's got Ice Beam, so probably gonna click that.
I'm gonna do it. I think it'd be funny.
It is the funny play. Hopefully they'll stream sniping.
Please don't. If you are stream sniping, please don't you fucking dare.
That's
could have been worse.
Okay.
Could have been worse.
Does Kingler hyper beam kill? Taurus hyper beam kills for sure, at least.
Do you want to try that?
It
feels pretty telegraphed, like we go Taurus and they just go Gengar, right?
Yeah, it is a bit telegraphed.
Chat says Kingler.
Actually, yeah, Kingler. Actually, wait, yeah, Kingler's heat here. Yeah. What about?
Let's go.
So yeah, now Snorlax has to either switch out or rest. But I think you have to click Crabhammer to check. I was gonna say,
the problem is that 84% is actually 0%.
Oh no, it's perfectly fine. Just hit it. It's gonna be fine. It'll just hit. Don't worry. It always hits. Showdown gods will bless us. It's okay.
Oh no, they said. Boom! There's a Zapdos here too.
Yeah, it's got plus birds. It's the Amaranth team. Oh. Okay. That's terrifying. That's very terrifying. Extremely scary. I think that's that Kingler. You can go to Chansey, but actually, you have to go. You're basically forced to.
go Chansey here.
Yeah, you're pretty much forced to do it here because otherwise you're gonna die.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So this matchup is really dicey because if Zapdos crits like drill back multiple times, you die. And you are range for a 2KO guaranteed.
Really?
But if it doesn't crit, it's fine.
Didn't you start by saying it crits like 95% of the time?
Crabhammer, yes. Zapdos 19.
Oh, 19.
1-9.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. God, what are we meant to do here? Just
You can Thunder Wave it to defuse it, yeah.
You can Thunder Wave electric types?
Yes, it's really funny.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, it's really funny. I've seen Gen 6 players just get absolutely like flashbang by it. It's great.
Sure.
And now you can soft boil now you can soft boil safely.
Yeah.
So now the matchup is pretty flipped. Although obviously Zapdos can paralyze you in turn, but that's pretty good for Chansey in a lot of cases because then it can just block all sorts of status for the rest of the game. Like the trick with Gar plus Birds is that they'll try to like explode a bunch of things, and eventually get to the point where either Zapdos or Articuno wins. It's a really cool team, very very hyper offensive.
This sucks. That was a really good switch.
It's not terrible for Chansey, because Chansey's still faster because they didn't paralyze with Zapdos, so you could actually just Ice Beam it really.
I mean, does that do anything? Oh my god! Oh my god!
And freezing is permanent this generation.
Never mind. We're just incredibly good at Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Do we get off like a soft boiled here?
You can take a soft boiled, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good for you because like every time they bring in like Snorlax, it's an opportunity for Kingler to sweep.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's brutal.
All right. There's a Gengar.
You can actually go to Tauros.
Yeah, sure.
Because there's shit. Okay. Okay, you're gonna have to go. They got a 0-turn wake. That's really bad.
That was not a 0 wake, right? Didn't they already have two of them?
Oh yeah, they have two. Yeah, they have two. So in this case, you can go for a crit Earthquake and win the speed tie, but like that's very improbable. Well, I guess the discipline player needs to go to Chansey. If you go to Chansey, there's a risk of it booming afterwards. So you could go to Alakazam to check for that, and then it just trades like 2k a Pokemon basically. But there are a lot of other things you could do technically, I guess. But I think you just have to go. I think you're just forced to go to it.
I don't know. What's the percent on the crit?
Tauros crits 21% of the time.
Okay, no fucking way. All right.
Yeah,
it's Alakazam here. You said.
You go to Chansey first.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are these?
That's a really weird choice.
Okay. Then you could go to Zam here, and then hopefully it booms, because 100 damage from Seismic Toss puts Chansey into range for a guaranteed boom. Server's restarting soon. Oh dear.
Yes. We found the win con. Ooh.
Okay, now we can just wake up. We can wake up Zam technically. Well, it is a bit scary because we know they have birds, but okay, they're being silly. Good. Please keep being silly. Please let Sam wake up.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, this is a desperado move, but like, it's good.
Okay, we're
okay. Up. Okay. We get so now we can like just recover and take the T-wave. It's fine.
All right.
They'll paralyze Zam, but like,
what the fuck?
Go for freeze.
Oh!
No!
It's only fair. It's only fair.
That's so sad.
Oh well, they got
we went for a scum strat there.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, they can't stop Kingler. It's Ice Beam, so they'll paralyze it. But like, technically, we can do it.
You're just going to Kingler now?
We technically could. It's really silly, but like, we could do it.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Go for Crabhammer, I'd say. Tauros is a fine matchup.
Really?
It's not the best. Oh, this is beautiful.
Oh,
This is beautiful. Okay, so now we're in a situation where we could probably sack Zab now and bring in our own Taurus.
sack our Zam and then go to Tauros, and then we win the 1v1, and then we try and sweep.
Yeah, yeah. It seems reasonable at least. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, go to Taurus, and now you can slam twice. And I believe it should guarantee kill. They still have the birds to deal with, but like those are at least checked by Chansey. And Articuno can't do anything to Kingler, so well it can. It's Kingler special, but iffy.
Okay.
Oh, you hyper beam actually.
Yeah.
That roll was garbage.
Oh, wow.
No way.
Lost the speed tie twice, got crit. That's okay. Now what the fuck do we do? This is just it?
Small X.
Yeah.
That's so sad. Oh, that was a good. It's a good Kingler switch too. Oh, okay. Oh wait, they're probably gonna go straight to Gengar, so we can actually go to Kingler and then start cap hammering.
Oh, you want to swap again to Kingler? To check the Gengar?
Yeah, because because you have only normal type moves, they'll always bring in Gengar.
You're a genius. You are so good at this.
Oh wait, it's awake. It's awake, right?
Yeah.
Oh dear. I just forgot. Yeah, Gengar's T-Ball, so yeah, okay. Chansey, yes.
Yeah, we are. This is the rare and powerful triple switch, chat. Okay. All right.
Wait, that's all right.
All right. Okay.
I don't think there's a way for Chansey to recover, so I think we have to sack it. But we could gamble on like a Blizzard Miss or something if we Thunderbolt.
Sure.
Or we could T-Wave, I guess. But
okay. Well.
Okay. So Kingler's is probably better here.
Yep.
And then we can Sword Stance. Blizzard, but I don't think Blizzard 2 echoes. Oh, just 1 damage, I thought. That'll be fine. I'll just miss. Hyper Beam.
Yeah, sure. 0 misses.
Oh, okay. God damn it. Okay.
All right. Well, time for the Snorlax sweep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you have to like Slam Beam here.
Yeah.
And then Hyper Beam, I guess?
Yeah, sure.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right. So
it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, Kingler got to do at least a thing. That's great.
That was cool. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, there's a lot of opportunities where you can like double switch and stuff like that. It is really cool when you start getting those things.
Yeah, I can run one more real quick.
Okay. Oh, server's restarting apparently.
Oh, or maybe not. Okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So
well, regardless, this was really cool. I did not know. Yeah. Is one of the things that's so frustrating about like trying to hop back into competitive after a huge drought is feeling like there's like a quadrillion options and everything's changed. But like it is nice that there are such a low number of set pieces, and I didn't know that it was like I didn't know that there were so many people who were interested in Gen 1.
Yeah, there is about like the community has like I think it's like it's over like 2,000 members or something. Oh, let me check. Let me check. It's at 1,167 members right now, which is
wow.
It's the largest old gen competitive server. And people really like it. They really like it. And also, like, we've even had, like, some, like, old, like, boomer players who, like, played in, like, 2003 competitively and actually came into the server, like, contributed, like, some old nuggets of information. So people like Water Wizard, there was Brookman as well. Brookman was really cool.
Edison format Memento, yeah. This whole bunch of old heads being like, oh, I actually figured this out in my basement.
Yeah, it's sort of like the Super Smash Bros. Melee of like the old past gen things where you have like a bunch of glitches that improve the gameplay. Like there's actually a fixed version of Generation 1 in Stadium, which has very different mechanics, but no one plays it because the mechanics make the gameplay worse. Like they fixed substitutes and they fixed Hyper Beam. Like, oh god, why would they do that? It was so much fun without it.
It does seem cool that like the game can come down to, all right, we are getting the Hyper Beam train rolling, and I don't know, if you don't want the weirdness, you can play like current pokes. Yeah,
well, current is insane. I can't. I try to get into like modern again, but like I used to go to like every VGC, but like eventually I think I just like one time where I couldn't go to a 2018 one. I eventually just slowed down and just can't really keep up anymore. It's really sad, but like I can always go back to Generation 1 where like it's the limited metagame forms a really, really interesting. The lower tiers are also really cool. Like Gen 1 underused, you have Tentacruel's the best Pokemon in the tier. It's nightmarishly good. And in never used, Charizard's really good.
That's
It's the one
fun.
that, yeah. Yeah, like there's a lot of players who like play Charizard as like a leader over you. They just lose all day because Charizard just sucks. But in never use it's brilliant. It's like if anyone likes their old boomer Pokemon, like just go to Gen 1 never use. It's great.
People are like trying Blastoise teams and stuff.
Oh god, yeah, it's so sad.
Well, we have. That's it. It reminds me of Edison, where people like show up with their homebrew, and it's like, I'm so sorry. This is we're so far beyond this now.
Yeah, it's really sad. Like they come in without this Snorlax Taurus chance, and it's like, hey, you gotta fix this, bro.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on. This was great.
Yeah, thank you for having me as well. Really, thank you so much. It feels really weird to be in front of an audience that's like 10 times my normal size.
Yeah. Folks, if you are unfamiliar, Plague Von Karma on YouTube. This will be in the. Can a mod please pin this? If you want to hear more about Jinx, this Jinx video is really good.
Oh, it's yeah. I hope it's I hope I don't like bad comments over it. Yeah. So yeah. Yes. Again, thank you very much.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for hopping on.
All right. Catch you later.
Bye. What a nice young lady. And speaking of nice young ladies, we're running another one with Shiggies. I'm going to piss, and then we are going to grab her. Go stop the plague. All right. Streamer man, did you wash hands? Who asked? Is Plague Von Karma not Danny? No, obviously. There's two different Von Karmas. I know. Plague Von Karma massively predates Danny. I hate how Discord works now. I'm trying to find Shiggies, and I'm like, what the fuck is... Okay, there we go. Check Shiggy's tweet. It's hilarious. What do you mean? Dog, what the fuck? Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh no. Hello.
Hello.
No.
How
Chat,
are you?
look at. Hi.